ripping for gold. I got myself an vintage, I guess it was like 2001 DVD player. See it? It doesn't even have HDMI. It's a CD/DVD player. Check this out. All right. So it's a Sony. You know, hey, that's a brand name. There's something. It's got your typical front, you know, basics, but it's got everything there. You know, on the back, you typically see an HDMI port, you know, or, you know, an optical out. But look at this. We do have digital out, actually. I take that back, but it's not optical. But there is this orange is digital. Then you just have, you know, your red, green, blue out, and your yellow old school line out. And S-Video, which was big, you know, in the VHS days. Like, if you had an S-Video connection, that was better than even your yellow. Those were considered. So you would start out, your basic connection would be this. That video would be, you know, like 1975. 1981, you had this come out, and it was like, ooh, split it into threes. And then 88 or something, you know, you had S-Video. And that was, then you had HDMI. This even has a normal / progressive switch, which is funny. So that's a DVD NS575P. So it's just interesting to see the change over time. So let's pop off the this cover. It's only a few screws. I'll be right back. All right, I got a way that I can get both of us in the picture, or I should say, at least you can see this. All right, so I took the screws out. At least I think I did. Let's do this. Get a straight head. So we can pop off this. Pop off the front, maybe? It doesn't want to go. Oh, look at that. Side. And let me guess, these are going to be two. Nope, got them. Okay, now, let's see what's inside. I bet not a whole lot, just because, you know. Jeez, come on. How's this work? There we go. All right, so scrap steel. Oh yeah. Okay, well, you know what? Actually, this is not quite bad. So it looks relatively, yeah. Basic. You've got your power coming in, and then this board manages that power, divvies it up, sends out like lower than 120 volts, 5 volts, 12 volts to different things. So let me pop off the front. This shouldn't be too difficult. Of course, I say shouldn't be too difficult. I don't know what's holding it now. Anything on the front? I don't see screws. These aren't. There was nothing. It was just kind of difficult to get off. All right, that goes. There's nothing here. Going to plastic. All right, so here we are. We've got a bunch of screws, which I'll just take each out. Right. We do have a board here that could be considered, you know, fairly decent. These light brown ones are always going to be low-grade boards. There is still, you know, plenty to recover from them, especially copper and your base metals, copper, aluminum, as well as a minute amount of gold and maybe even silver on like switches like that. You can have a teeny amount of silver. Mostly just things you would add to your current inventory in order to maximize the yield on that. No, I always forget a screw. Okay, so there's two boards here. Yeah, you might want to remember, Andy, to take out the connectors. Love these connectors. Look at that one though, huh? You see that? That's actually gold. Very thinly coated, but it is. I wonder, they almost make it look. Then that's yeah, it's gold. So these boards should be able to pull this up and separate it. Let me just use this. Yeah, that's how it connects. This will actually come off of here too, so it's a separate connector altogether. You can put this in with gold plated. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, maybe not. Anyways, oh, look at that bonus IC chip. Still a low grade board, so you're going to want to just depopulate it. These sometimes have special precious metals that will have gold bonding wires. This even looks gold, whatever this is. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know if, is it? Yeah. What that is. I think it's a capacitor. I just don't know. It should have a code. Yeah, C. It's a capacitor. Don't know what kind. Light emitting diode. That might have, what do you call it? All these switches are going to have silver. So that's what you would do with these boards. Take this out for gold recovery. And these boards that are better, you know, you have a chance of actually selling them. These might be brass. To a place that will buy them. Yeah, those aren't magnetic. So these are brass. So that's worth, you know, just brass price for base metals. $2 a pound, I think, is what it's going for roughly. You know, here's your IC chips. But you might be able to get high-grade peripheral, which is $5.25 a pound, because it doesn't really have anything bad on it, and it has IC chips. So, yeah, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good board. But I'm not positive on that. So don't quote me on it. Your cord, you know, you get money per pound for those. That's actually like a permanent one. That's not. But you have copper right here, copper in the transformer. You have an IC chip hidden away right there. So you pull that out. I believe that's an IC chip. Yeah. No positive, but I believe that is. This is just, you know, waste products. I take these surface diodes. I like them. I don't know why. I don't think they're worth anything, but yeah, throw them. I even do that with these capacitors. Anyways, no real anything on this side. That looks like these are minute transistors. Don't think there's anything in them. Yeah, pretty basic board there. And I don't know if it's on the machinery in this one. Let me pause. I'm going to get this apart, and I'll be right back. I don't want to keep you. All right, I'm back. I'm just going to put this metal in this. I pulled the CD-ROM mechanical assembly out of it, and just wanted you to witness that. All right, now we have the mechanical assembly, and you can see some of the electronics. Let me separate this stuff. And it's not going to come apart because these can be tricky. Sometimes I just wrench them apart. You know, there is a method of doing it in a gentle way, but I just don't have the time to, you know, unscrew it and find the exact correct way. So, I mean, whatever you want to call it. Okay, still have, so that's waste plastic. I've got a board here. It looks like it's only attached by that clip, but I know there's got to be more to it than that. No, it isn't. This, and let's see if I can pop the motor out. Because, you know, you get a certain amount of money per pound for motors at salvage yards. So there you go. Nothing really more at all left in that. So let's throw away. So we get the motor, we get the small board, which has nothing on it, except for there'll be silver in that switch, maybe gold connections. All right, this is going to be your part here. There is a gold chip in here. I showed it on our previous video from one of these that I took out. There's a motor, there's two motors actually, two significantly sized motors. I don't think I'm going to have the time on this video to go in here and find it. Let me just do a quick disassembly, see what I can find. But I do not think I will have the time. Let's unscrew. What can I get next? I need precision screwdrivers. So, don't have them. Where is the... Just a moment. Faster, huh? All right. Oh, that's too small. That I definitely need a precision for. Get the gears apart. It's funny. These things are pretty complex. It's almost like too much engineering for something so small. Okay, where is that? Well, you know what? Let's just dislodge this. Let me get the pliers. Couldn't find the pliers, so we're doing this. Okay. I use these for punches. Could be brass. Let me check. Sometimes they are. Nope, steel. So is that, yep. So I might use it for punch. Ribbon. On here, there will be, it might be right there. There's like a chip, usually. I think that's it. I think I see gold legs. That is one. There's probably more chips on this. But this is one, all right. I'm going to cut away the aluminum because it's getting in my way without destroying this chip, hopefully. Okay. It's small, but, you know, small amount of gold recovery. You can see there is, that has, my God, my fingers look beat. Let me do this. So there's gold in that chip. So that'll be recovered. And there is some more gold in this assembly. In little places in there. So I take them, I throw them in a big thing and then I take them apart when I'm bored. Sitting on the toilet, you know, something like that. Watching TV. And then, yeah, these motors too, I will take them. And all these connections are, should be gold plated anyways. Trying to just get it off. And then all the scrap metal. So from that, we actually ended up with, you know, an okay amount of stuff. So, you know, even that's worth grabbing if you see that the scrapyard. Plus, you're doing something right. You're not burying this waste. You're recycling it, getting it back in the economy. All right, well, I gotta go inside. So I hope that video was entertaining. Stripping for Gold with Andy. Keep liking and subscribing. Thank you.